Science Stars Japan, Pillbugs Powwow. Directed and video recorded by Mamoru Isamura. Edited by Hirokazu Kobayashi. Drum performance by Tomohiro Kobayashi. If you look at the scene of the Pillbugs Powwow.
Hey guys, did you see the video? It seems ants prefer the yolk to the white of a boiled egg and rarely return the white to their nest.
I don't mind either way.
I don't have a strong preference.
Oh, really? I prefer the white, but...
So we decided to find out which one they liked better. The yolks of boiled eggs were stained with red fluorescent dye number 106, and the whites with yellow fluorescent dye riboflavin, and then placed near the pillbugs. We collected the feces, added water, stirred it, and decided to analyze the components that dissolved in the water using a method called paper chromatography. So, what were the results? After waiting a while, many easily soluble components moved on the paper when we shone a black light on them. The red spot at the top is the red fluorescent dye, and the green-tailed part in the middle is the yellow fluorescent. In the experiment with the ants, the fluorescence of riboflavin was yellow. Still, it appears green because the filter paper reflects the blue light contained in the black light, and riboflavin reacts with moisture. The red one is stronger, but you can see both. It's known that the red one comes out more assertive in this way of detection. That means they're eating the yolk and the white, but there might be a preference for the red and yellow fluorescent dyes used in the dyeing process. So this time, we gave them food dyed with yellow fluorescent dye for the yolk, and red fluorescent dye for the white. Again, you can see both the red and green pigments. They seem to be eating both. This is different from the ants that like the yolk.
Hey guys, which do you like better? Sweet potatoes or daikon radish?
So this time, we dyed the sweet potatoes with food red dye, and the daikon with food blue dye. On the other hand, we dyed the sweet potato with the food blue dye and the daikon with the food red dye. After 1 hour, the sweet potatoes dyed with food red dye have attracted many pillbugs, and the sweet potatoes dyed blue have also attracted many pillbugs. But you want to see if they ate them or not. What should you do? Let's take a look at their droppings. If you put the sweet potato dyed red and the daikon dyed blue together and feed them to the pillbugs, you will see a lot of red droppings. On the other hand, if you feed them a combination of blue-dyed sweet potato and red-colored daikon, you will see a lot of blue poop. It appears that the pillbugs prefer sweet potatoes to daikon. Let's examine the feces using paper chromatography. Since the red and blue dyes do not dissolve in water alone, they were dissolved in water containing a thin detergent, surfactant, and ethanol, and the dissolved components were used in paper chromatography. On the left, the red coloring is for the sweet potato, and the blue coloring is for the daikon. On the right, the blue is for the sweet potato, and the red is for the daikon. As you can see, the sweet potato was eaten more often. Now, you're going to try the fluorescent dye. The results of the paper chromatography are: on the left, the sweet potato is stained with a yellow fluorescent dye, and the radish is stained with a red fluorescent dye. In this case, the green of yellow fluorescent dye is more intense. The one on the right is dyed opposite, and the red sweet potato is stronger. You can see that the pillbug prefers the sweet potato. Because the fluorescence is sensitive, even a single excrement can be examined. If you feed them sweet potatoes dyed with yellow fluorescent dye and daikon radishes dyed with red fluorescent dye, and then examine 10 randomly selected feces, you will find that most of them are green, which shows that they like to eat sweet potatoes. Many only eat sweet potatoes, but some also eat red radishes. If you examine the droppings of many pillbugs, you might find some oddballs that only eat red radishes.
Hey guys, I heard people eat pickled carrots as a side dish, but I wouldn't say I like vinegar.
I'm the same way, and I think everybody hates it.
I wonder if there are people who eat pickles.
Let's find out. If you make pickled carrots and dye them with the two fluorescent dyes the same way as before, then feed them to the pill bugs simultaneously. When we examined them by paper chromatography, we fed the regular carrots stained with the red fluorescent dye and the pickled carrots stained with the yellow fluorescent dye. There was more red. The green of the yellow fluorescent dyed carrots is more pungent when compared with the red pickled carrots. They prefer the regular carrots by far. If you look at the results a little more closely, when you combine a standard carrot colored with the yellow fluorescent dye and a pickled carrot colored red, you can see a reddish glow at the top, which shows that some pill bugs have eaten the pickled carrots, so there are some strange ones in the world. Summary 1. Paper chromatography is a good way to separate components and discover the types and quantities of components. 2. Ants prefer the yolks of eggs and rarely take the whites back to their nests, but pill bugs eat both. It was found that ants and pill bugs have different food preferences. 3. Pill bugs prefer sweet potatoes to daikon. Some don't eat daikon. 4. Many pill bugs don't like vinegar and won't eat carrots that have been soaked in vinegar, but some will eat pickles. Do you have any likes or dislikes? Eating as many different things as possible is good for your health.